First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakal Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who are teaching this truth. And shout out to Yakim that's out there on the four quarters of the earth proclaiming this truth. As you can tell, Christianity is defeated. But you still got others that want to try to save it, because these Edomites, they have no hope whatsoever. And so what do we do? You know, when they come up against us, the sword, which is the testimony of this truth, it cuts Esau to the bone. But how do you explain people like me? How do you explain, and here's another test of vocab, how do you explain the Latinos and the Native Americans who are coming to this truth as well? You see, you're trying to throw that narrative, you know. Again, you know, you Edomites, you're trying to find any flaw whatsoever that you could pull up, you know. Like you'll always bring up, thou shalt not adhere an Edomite. So, you know, with that, you know, well, when it really said, thou shalt not adhere a Syrian, for he is your brother, you know. And you try to, you know, play around with shit like that. You know, you take the bigger ones, like John 3:16. We've dissolved that. But it's time to bring it up again. John 3:16. For Yahweh so loved the world, which world means his people, whosoever, which means a remnant, an elect, shall believe in him, shall not perish but have everlasting life. Well, who is that believeth in him? Well, that means that you would have to believe what he looks like, right? You know, not these man-made images, which are really Edomite images, such as Caesar Borgia or other portraits. You would have to believe in his biblical image. Revelation chapter 1, verses 13 through 15 describe him as he had hair white like wool, and feet like unto fine brass, as if burned through a furnace. His eyes were a flame of red. Does not match any biblical, or does not match the descriptions that are in so-called Christianity churches, does it? You know, he's not a white guy. Fine brass has been burned through a furnace. We have examples of that. If you watch our videos on the streets, you know, we'll show you that. But you see, that's just it, though. You're trying to get out of it. You're trying to weasel your way out of it. But do I look like a black Hebrew Israelite? Am I proclaiming to be black? You know, that's the other funny thing about that, you know. I originally thought that my nationality went back to Gad because, of course, you know, that was easy to find out, but that was on the female side, so now I don't even go back to being Gad. You know, come to find out that on my father's side, you know, we go back to the Moors, who were Judah Israelites. See, we're not proclaiming to be, although, technically, yes, the original Israelites were of color. But what's happened is we got scattered among the nations, and among the curses is that we began to look like the other nations. That's how you have confusion of faces. But the bigger idea, though, is, do I look like a black Hebrew Israelite? And the answer to that is, well, let's just say, though, that I never did fit in with you so-called Christians. I really tried. I can honestly say I tried, but you see, I was given some good advice a long time ago. Get your King James Bible, especially a 1611 King James Bible. Listen to what the person's telling you, and as you read it, if what he's saying does not match what you're reading, zip up your Bible and leave that place, because anybody who would lie to you is not your friend. So you Christians, you Edomites, you were never my friend. You can't save something that's not true. A lie is a lie. No matter what you try to do to try to save it, you cannot tell the same lie over and over again, you know. It's pointless, you know. Once you know that there's flaws in the message, it's over, and you see, that's just it. You don't want to move on over, you know. But you will be moving on soon, and you're going to be destroyed by a thermonuclear fire. You Edomites were never my friend. You pretended to be. And when I was in your churches, you gossiped about me. You found fault into me. You accused me of things just because I challenged you on what you were saying. Not by my own words, but by the word. The word of YASHAWAN-BAN, which differed with everything that you were teaching. And for that, yeah, I was an outcast. I was, pretty much looked down upon. But I was doing what I was supposed to be doing. But you see, that's the difference between me and everybody else that goes to them places. I went there to seek the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshai, Ba'Shem Rakal Kadash. But they weren't teaching me the truth. They never were. People don't go to them places to learn. They go there to feel good about themselves. Well, you're not going to... These words, if you are a two-thirds or you are an Edomite, these words will not comfort you. But if you're an Israelite, you have hope. The hope of salvation, the hope to be delivered from this third woe that cometh quickly. And with that vocab, and any other trolls you try to send out there, real faith is believing upon that you'll be spared in that hour. You Edomites have no hope whatsoever, because you hung him from a tree. You pierced him. You crucified him, because you are that same Roman Empire, which is the Edomite Empire. So when he comes back, he's going to have wrath upon you. That's what he's coming to do. Because you have stolen from us, you have killed us, and you have destroyed us as a nation. What do you think is going to happen to you? And you're scared. We can tell that you're scared. So, again, asking the question, am I a Black Hebrew Israelite? Have I said anything about being black? Nope. The only thing I said is that we were all once melanated. But you Edomites were never melanated. Only when you were here as Cain and as the serpent. Which that's another time and another lesson. And so, with that, you're not going to get away with that narrative. Oh, you might get other Edomites to believe that. But you cannot fool the elect, even if you tried. Nice try, vocab. Try again. We ain't even going to bother to debate you. You can't defend a lie. And to everybody else, Shalom and Barakatah. This salvation is for Israelites only.